Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the new World Tournament Deathmatch Mega Rising banner that has come to DB Legends, and basically we're going to get pretty good idea, I think, on whether we should summon on this banner. Now I'm going to put a full disclaimer. I don't think you should summon on this banner if you have not already been invested in the DB Saga units already. These guys are very clearly designed to have great synergy, not only with the purple Goku off of the DB Saga banner, but a lot of the other units as well. So it's very important that you understand that before going in, because if you're not ready to invest on both banners, then you're only really going to end up with half a team. And it's not to say that these guys aren't usable elsewhere. They're just not as usable as they are there. So let's take a look at Goku. I think Goku is pretty interesting. He's a support-based unit and he does a lot. He mainly works on lowering the substitution count of your allies, which is very crucial and important. And generally speaking, he sits in a pretty solid position as a unit. Lots of control in regards to the art card draw speed in the game, and of course as well a lot of control in regards to debuffing the allies and the opposition as well. So some pretty good control that he provides the team, which I think is very important in the current meta. A lot of units nowadays can very easily go combo for combo for combo, and Goku helps to control that by his ability to lower the opposition's attack and card draw speed, allowing you to hopefully regain some kind of foothold in the match. On top of that as well, he also has ways to heal his party members, which is pretty good, as well as also increasing their damage that they do, which is very, very important. He's also a Rising Rush Eater, specializing in being able to be substituted in when the Rising Rush is activated, which allows him to eat the Rising Rush and thus be able to save more crucial units on your team, whilst also allowing himself to revive. So very important. I would say Goku's functionality is quite rock solid, and I think he's a very, very nice little addition to the DB Saga team. One that will, at the end of the day, probably be a efficient yet good addition to your team, and helps to facilitate some of the other more crucial units in appearing faster. Piccolo is kind of the exact opposite. Piccolo is more a traditional damage dealer. He is, quite high damage output. He also debuffs the opposition as well, which is quite good, but a lot of it is nullification of health reaches to 0, nullification of special actions when changing cover, and just a lot of really solid nullification abilities that again help you to more control the opposition that are entering the battlefield, or to control finishing off your opponents more so than anything else. He is also a ranged character, so he specializes in helping the purple Goku, and he can do some decent damage himself. Between all of his debuffs, he's pretty solid. Not to mention, he actually also has mechanisms that allows him to cause the other units on your team to be substituted in faster. So that's also something that's quite good and has great synergy with both of the Gokus. He also has Dragon Ball control, being able to reduce your opponent's Dragon Balls and gain Dragon Balls for you, allowing you to better control the Rising Rush, which is still a very crucial component of the PvP gameplay. Especially if you're running him on the DB Saga team and you have the purple Goku, it's almost kind of crucial that you basically that you run them all on the same team. Because Goku is triggered by his unique gauge, which is very dependent on Dragon Balls, and Piccolo provides control for those Dragon Balls to a certain extent, which is very, very pivotal to maximizing the potential of the purple Goku and the DB Saga team in general. Makes sense since DB Saga was mostly spent chasing the Dragon Balls, so kind of makes sense that of course controlling them is part of the team's MO. Other than that, he's still really, really good. He nullifies a lot of unfavorable elements. He is strong as a damage dealer and finisher. And overall, I think he's just a pretty solid unit that has a pretty good position on the DB Saga team. Now, of course, outside of the two units, there are also other units on the banner. However, honestly speaking, just don't know if summoning for the other units on the banner is that big a deal, or if it's something you should really be focusing on, because the other units on the banner are okay, and we'll talk about them now. The animations for Goku and Piccolo are pretty solid. They are sparking characters, they're not Legends Limited, so there's no LF finishes or anything like that, but I would say their animations are relatively decent. I do wish they had made them LFs and put a bit more time and effort, just due to the importance of this fight, specifically in Dragon Ball. But it is what it is, I guess. Overall, the animations are pretty decent, again, considering their sparking, but I wouldn't say they are anything, crazy. I think they could have really done something a bit better and made both of them LFs, or at least something along those lines. Now, the rest of the banner is okay. I wouldn't say there's any specific unit here outside of Android 17 that's really, really good and really going to blow your mind. But yeah, I would say the rest of the banner is okay. Honestly, you're summoning on this for the two main units, and that shouldn't be a surprise considering the benefits of the DB Saga. Remember, you can't just really summon for these two, although they do have some synergy with Regen and Saiyan. You realistically want their whole abilities to kind of encapsulate with this Goku, and they definitely run very well alongside them. And that's it from me. My honest suggestion: summon if you are big on the DB Saga and have already gone big on the purple Goku banner. Otherwise, don't. Bye.